Hi everyone and welcome to Studio Jake. I of course am your host Jacob Airy. Thank you so much for watching today. I'm going to have a little bit of a shorter video today. I've been doing this a lot just because holidays are coming up. We've got Thanksgiving, we've got Christmas and New Year's, but I'm going to try to hit back with a few more longer form videos, but today it's going to be a little bit shorter. But be sure to like that video, subscribe to the channel, ring that little bell, leave me a comment, let me know what you think, all that good stuff so that way I can work my way through the algorithm. That would be very, very helpful. So, what am I going to talk about today? I know I'm a little late to the game on this particular topic, but I think it's one that I want to go for a little bit more because there have been no updates. There's not been any confirmation, but there's also not really been any denial. And so, as you can see, I am a Transformers fan. I have been since high school, maybe even since junior high. I was part of the Beast Wars, Beast Machines, Car Robots era of Transformers. So, you've got the Fox Kids, and then going into when they got moved to cable, the Transformers Armada, part of the Unicron trilogy. I wasn't really into the Unicron trilogy, but still, you've got all the Transformers, and that, of course, brought me back to the classics, thanks to my good buddy Scratimus, who you can find on Instagram. By the way, shout out to him on Instagram. Find him on Instagram. He's a pretty good artist. So, anyway, got that out of the way. Now, I want to talk about this rumor about the next phase of Transformers and GI Joe as far as filmmaking. So, Hasbro, of course, is the company that owns the rights to these properties. They also own My Little Pony and whatnot, and they do the toys for this. They're a pretty big toy company. In fact, they used to make Star Wars toys. They don't really anymore because Disney burned them out with The Last Jedi. That's a topic for another video. And by the way, Clownfish TV, they're another pop culture YouTube channel. They talk about that a little bit in some of their videos, so you can go over there and they go in more depth. So this rumor about the GI Joe and the Transformers is that they are going to have a combined cinematic universe. Why are they doing this? It's because they want to try to copy the Marvel and the DC sort of model. So you've got Marvel, you've got the Marvel Cinematic Universe. DC, you got the DCEU, which went out with a whimper instead of a bang. And Marvel Cinematic Universe went out with a hurrah, but everything, not so much with DCEU. And I really think this is a bad idea. Now, why? Because for one thing, these properties are very, very different, and it's cool to have like a combination. Now, I remember when Dreamwave Comics was still doing Transformers and GI Joe comics, and I even think they did the Ninja Turtles. They did do a GI Joe Transformers crossover. However, they made it clear that it was not part of their main universe. So it didn't go with their Generation 1 version of Transformers, and it didn't go with their GI Joe. They were just doing one as kind of a crossover, as kind of a novelty, kind of like the Transformers Terminator crossover and the Transformers My Little Pony crossover. They were all these sort of just little things that were going on kind of as an extra for all the fans. Now, Paramount is perfectly logical if they want to do a cinematic universe, but I think it's a bad idea to do it with these properties. For one thing, the Transformers universe by itself is large enough where you could do a cinematic universe. So you could show what the Autobots being led by Optimus Prime are doing, and then you could also twist it because Elita 1, the female Autobot commander on Cybertron, you can show what she's doing. You can show what Ultra Magnus is doing. You could give like sort of these leader Autobots different roles. You could show what Cerebros is doing and build up to the Fortress Maximus, and then of course you could do crossover films. The Transformers universe takes place in this big galaxy, in this big universe. Now, you might say, Jacob, they tried that with the Michael Bay films, and we all know how that turned out. 1 was good, 2 was okay, 3 you were like, oh, okay, I see where they're going, and then the rest were, not good. But I really feel like in that case, Michael Bay was kind of getting tired of the franchise. So he was just like, yeah, I'm just going to do these movies because I'm under contract. And then you got the Bumblebee movie, which was really good. And I really think that that it would behoove Paramount to stick with that model, because one of the things too was they're thinking about bringing in another franchise called M.A.S.K. So now you've got Transformers, you've got GI Joe, a real American hero, and then you've got M.A.S.K. Now I'm not familiar with M.A.S.K. I don't know anything about it. I couldn't tell you who the heroes and villains were. I couldn't tell you who the characters were. GI Joe, I'm a little bit more familiar with, and of course they had a really crappy movie, and then they had like a really good movie, and with Dwayne the Rock Johnson and Ray Park played Snake Eyes, and they're about to do another Snake Eyes film that I've heard mixed things. Some people say it's going to be a new movie. Other people say it's going to be rebooting. Whatever the case may be, I hope that this rumor that they're going to do a combined cinematic universe is just that, just a rumor. If they want to do something like that, they really need to do an animated series so they can give us an idea on what this could look like, because obviously in a movie it's going to be on a bigger scale. So if they do a GI Joe, M.A.S.K, Transformers, Power Rangers cinematic universe, and have that be the spread out, I really think that we need to know what that's going to look like, and not in comics. We need to see it in a motion picture or in television. Now, like I said, this is just a rumor, and I know there's going to be people in the comments, why are you talking about rumors? Because rumors are fun to talk about. Get a life, man. They're fun to talk about, they're fun to debunk, and all kinds of stuff. So definitely, definitely, I hope this is a rumor, because Paramount, I don't know if you watch rando YouTubers who have opinions about your movies, but just in my humble opinion, I think it would be a bad idea to go forward with this idea. Keep the Transformers separate. If M.A.S.K and GI Joe can somehow work together, fine. But like I said, I don't know anything about M.A.S.K. I'm not familiar with it. But I think it's a bad idea to try to bring the Transformers into that, unless it's some sort of novelty thing, like that's just kind of off to the side and not actually canon. Kind of like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. That's it's based on a DC Comics character, but it's not connected to the DCEU. That's just my opinion. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comments. Tell me why you disagree. Now, these characters would be cool to see together, but again, I think we need to see it in a television format before we see it in some sort of cinematic universe. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Just wanted to talk about one of my favorite franchises. If you would like to know more about what I think about Transformers and more kind of commentary on that, you can head over to my website, StudioJakeMedia.com, where I talk about even more stuff. I have movie reviews, anime reviews. I talk about the novels I'm reading, all kinds of stuff. So head over there. You can find me on Facebook, author Jacob Airy, Instagram, Twitter, and Parler is all at Real Jacob Airy. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time right here on Studio Jake.